Celia around and the maid smiled. Celia isn't allowed to see you. Doctor's orders. She went out and closed the door. The room was dark except for a faint yellow light flickering through the bars of the window. Matt craned his head up to see where it was coming from. He saw Bob hanging on the wire from the ceiling. It was as small as the lights Celia used to decorate the Christmas tree, but it shone and softened what would otherwise have been complete darkness. He could see nothing else except the bed and the bucket. The walls were bare, the ceiling high and shadowy. The narrowness of the room made Matt feel as though he were locked in a box. He had never gone to bed alone. Always, even though it might have been very late, he could count on Celia's return. When he was woke in the night, her snores in the next room made him feel safe. Here, there was nothing, not even a window over the poppy fields, or the murmur of the doves in their nest on the roof. The silence was terrifying. Matt cried steadily. His grief went on and on. When it was lessened, he remembered Celia was started crying again. He looked up with tear-blurred eyes, and the yellow light, and it seemed to waver like a flame. It came to him that it was like the holy candle in front of the Virgin. After all, the Virgin could go wherever she liked it. He couldn't be locked up like a prison. She could fly through the air or even knock down the walls, like the superheroes Matt saw on TV. Only she wouldn't do that, of course, because she was Jesus' mother. She could be standing right outside right now, watching his window. Something let go inside of Matt. He sighed deeply and went fast to sleep. He woke up to the sound of someone opening the door. Matt tried to sit up, but the pain made him lay down again. A flashing light shined in his eyes. Good, I was afraid this was the wrong room. The small shake ran over to the bed. Unscrewing backpack and began taking out food. The real said that. Rosa said they didn't give you dinner. She's so mean. I have a dog at home, and if he doesn't get fed, he howls. Do you make mango juice? It's my favorite. Matt suddenly realized he was very thirsty. He drank the whole bottle without stopping. Maria had brought hunks of cheese and pepperoni. I'm going to put them in your mouth one at a time. But you have to promise not to bite me. Matt indignantly said he never bit people. Well, you never know, Amelia says. Those are as vicious as werewolves. Did you see that story on TV about the boy who got hair all over him when the moon was full? Yes, Matt was delighted. He and Maria had something in common. He had locked himself in the bathroom after that movie until Celia came home. Do you don't go hair interviews, do you? Said Maria. Asked Maria. Never. Matt swore. Good, Maria said. She picked up food into Matt's mouth until he couldn't eat anymore. They talked about movies and then about stories City had told Matt from the dangers that lurked at the dock. Matt found that if he lay perfectly still, his wounds didn't hurt too much. Maria bounced around and occasionally hurt him, but he was afraid to scold her. She might get angry and leave. Celia hung chimes over the door and keep out monsters, Matt told Maria. Does that work? Of course. They also keep out dead people who aren't ready to stay in their graves. There aren't any charms here, Maria said nervously. That thought that occurred to Matt too, but he didn't want her to go away. We don't need charms in a big house, he explained. There are too many people and monsters take crowds. Maria, interested, drove Matt to greater and greater heights. He talked feverishly, unable to stop. He ground his teeth from sheer nervousness. He never had so much attention in his life. Celia tried to listen to him, but she usually was too tired. Maria hung on the words as though her life depended on them. Do you know about the Chief Terribles? Matt said. What's that? Asked Maria. Her voice sounded a little high and breathless. You know the goat suckers. It sounds nasty, Move closer to her. It is. It got spikes down his back and claws and orange teeth, and it sucks blood. You're kidding. Celia says that it has the face of a man, only his eyes are black inside. Like empty holes, said Matt. It likes goats best, but it'll eat horses or cows, or a child if it's really hungry. Maria was pressed right against him now. She put her arms around him and gritted her teeth to keep from twitching with pain. He noticed her hands were icy. Last month, Celia said it got a whole pan of chicken, Matt said. I heard about that, Stephen said. Illegal story. That's what they told everyone to keep them from running away out of the sheer terror, said Matt, echoing the words Celia had used. But they really found the chickens in the desert without a drop of blood inside. They were blown around like dry cantaloupe skins. Matt was afraid of Stephen and Amelia, but Maria was different. She was his size and didn't make him feel bad. What was it Rosa called him? A filthy queen? Matt said. Matt had no idea what that was. But he recognized an insult when he heard it. Rosa hated him, and so did the fierce man, the doctor. Even the two older children that changed once they knew who he was. Matt wanted to ask Maria about the clones, but he was afraid she might peg him too if he reminded her. Meanwhile, he had discovered a wonderful power in repeating the stories Celia had told him that held him spellbound, and now they were impressing Maria so much that she was practically glued to him. The Chaberas isn't the only thing out there, Matt said. La Lonora's walks the night too. Maria murmured something. Her face was pressed against his shirt, and it was too hard to tell what she was saying. La Lonora's drowned her her children because she was angry. And her boyfriend, and she was sorry and drowned herself. And that's it. She went to heaven, and St. Peter shouted, "You bad woman! You can't come in here. You can't come in here without your kids." She ran down to her, but the devil slammed the door in her face. Now she has to walk around all night, never sitting down, never sleeping. She cries, "Oh, oh, where are my babies?" You can hear her when the wind blows. She comes